I am Curran Bhatia, joined by Oshaki Foster. We know him as Shock or Ice Water. Oshaki, how are you doing, my friend?
And I'm doing good. What about yourself?
Doing great, man. And I want to talk about your career. You just had a big win in March. You're now 19-0, 11 KOs. But let's talk a little bit about your background. When we spoke a couple of years ago, we talked about where you came from, Orange, Texas, and you worked your way out of that to Houston. You started training very seriously, and you've had success since then. Tell me a little bit about what is life now like for Oshaki Foster?
Oh man, it's the same. Just trying to stay focused. Difference is I'm getting a lot more attention, a lot more notice, a lot more respect. So people paying attention now. But for me, I'm just trying to stay humble and keep climbing that ladder to get to the next stage, to the next level.
And in terms of that next level, in 2019, you fought 3 times, 3-0. Then we, of course, had you on the first ever Ring City USA card on NBC Sports. It was a big stage, and you performed at a really high level. You were taking on Miguel Roman. You knocked him down in round 1, knocked him out in round 9. So it was a huge win for you on a big stage. When you look back now at that win, what did that win mean to you to win on that big stage?
Man, it just showed me that I belong. We came in and we fought a top 5 guy, and it was a lot of talk of how I was going to perform, how the pressure and everything was going to be on me. But it just felt good to be able to show my talents and show what I could actually do in there with a top level guy.
After the Ring City USA card in 2020, you had a couple legal disputes with your promoter. You were shelved for basically all of 2021. What happened with that situation, and has that situation finally resolved itself?
Yes. It was just on different pages. So, but we made it happen around November. We got out of that contract, and we both went our separate ways with, I wish them the best, and the same thing, but we ended up signing with Probellum. So we're with a different promoter now.
And so you had that pause in 21. You finally came back in 22. You took on Yaqubov, and I want to ask you about that fight. But before I do, let me ask you, how good did it feel to just get back out there and doing what you love in boxing?
Oh man, it felt great. I was super excited, super anxious to get back in the ring. Especially with being over the last few years, we've been staying consistent. And I had a lot of inactivity in the beginning of my career, so it was definitely, fun to get back in there.
You took on Yaqubov. This was a 12-round fight. This took place in Dubai, and you dominated your opponent, wide scorecards. You dropped him. What did you learn from that performance?
I learned that I can adjust to anything, and I learned that my stamina is actually crazy, and that I just feel like I showed that I'm a different breed. With Roman, I fought most of the fight orthodox and boxed him and dropped him, a few times. And then with Yaqubov, I fought him the whole fight, mostly southpaw, and did the same thing, but just didn't get the stoppage. So I feel like I showed that I could switch the head. I can fight, the full fight each side, and I feel like I just showed more to my repertoire,
And we've seen you do that switch between orthodox and southpaw. Is there one stance that you feel better in, or is that something that you're going to do going forward, just switch in the middle of fights?
Yeah, it's going to be something that I've always done, adjustments. I feel like I was blessed to be able to do that, to adjust. If I'm having a problem or I feel kind of rusty orthodox, and I just switch southpaw and I feel better. And vice versa sometimes, I might come out southpaw and I don't feel good today, and I switch orthodox and I feel great. So it's just really about how I'm feeling out that day and how they bringing the energy towards me,
And that's definitely a good thing to have in your toolkit, because if you want to switch it up, maybe change the pattern up, that can help lead to knockdowns and things like that. Yeah. In your last fight against Yaqubov, you took a more aggressive approach in the second half of the fight, and like I mentioned, you knocked him down in the 12th round. What changed there for you to kind of pick up the pace in the second half of the fight?
As I'm one of them fighters, as the fight go on, I get stronger and I get even more stamina and more, and I just felt like in the first couple of the rounds, I just couldn't get my timing and my range, together. And once, around like the 6th, 7th round, I had told my coach, I'm like, look, I done felt his best shot, and I'm about to go at him, he can't hurt me. So we just started walking him down and putting pressure on him.
You performed in this card in front of a big audience. This was in Dubai. We spoke about your fight with Roman on Ring City USA on NBC Sports. That was another big stage. What is it about you that you have that hunger and that drive to perform well on these big stages?
Man, I just feel like I was born to be here. I've been through so many ups and downs and so many, setbacks that I just feel like nothing can stop me. I've been through a super lot, and not to say the next person have, but I learned from everything and I made sure that it made me stronger. So seeing the bright lights and seeing where I'm at now is like, I embrace it. It's fun to me because I was just coming from a bad situation.
When I came down to Houston to interview you in our sit-down conversation, we talked a little bit about your background. You lost your mother at an early age. I know that was very tough for you to deal with. You called her the most important person in your life. And also in 2017, you spent some time in jail for aggravated assault. But I know that in a way, it seems like that was a blessing in disguise because you went through Hurricane Harvey in there. You couldn't see your own hands. That's how dark it was. And I know you said that you saw Terrence Crawford on TV and you said that should be me. And that motivated you to get out of that situation. So when you look back at all of those things that happened, I mean, was that a blessing in disguise to lead you to where you are now?
Yes, most definitely. And I also lost my grandma. After my mother died, I was staying with my grandma my whole life, after that. And she died in 2017 before I went to jail, before any of that stuff happened. So it was just, things on top of things, but yeah, it definitely made me know that, I'm there and that I ain't trying to go back to, the situation.
And during those difficult times, being in jail or dealing with the passing of your mother and your grandmother, how did you stay motivated?
Just my family. Like, I was sleeping in bad conditions, and actually when I came out of jail, they had took my grandma's house, so I didn't have anywhere to go. And I would go stay with family members, and they didn't see my vision that I had, so they was like kicking me out their houses and stuff like that. So I was really on my own, and I just figured I had to do something, and that's what I wanted to do: get back in the ring and just stay focused, because I knew if I failed, then nobody would have me, you know what I'm saying? So I just went out and went hard.
You absolutely did. You moved to Houston. You started training with Bobby Benton, and you've been undefeated since that time. So you've consistently improved, and now you're in line for a title shot. But we did talk about some of the things that have happened more recently, like in 21, not being able to fight. So I'm just wondering if it's a different type of struggle now. It kind of reminds me of the old lyric, like "Mo money, more problems." Like things go well, but then there's a whole different set of problems that can come in there. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, for sure. There's always things coming in, because after the Ring City fight, I wanted to keep that momentum going and just keep it going, especially in 2021. I felt like it was going to be a big year. And then that hit me. But I just stay positive, bro. Just keeping, staying positive, staying in the gym. That was the big thing about me. I was staying in the gym the whole year, even though I didn't fight. I stayed in the gym. I'm one of them guys that anything in life, it can be falling out with friends. It can be, people saying anything about me or to me. I take that as fuel into what I do as far as the gym and everything. So that's the main reason why I stay focused as well. And that's why I still do stay focused, is because it's like what Jordan said on his documentary, like anything, can fuel me, make me mad and push me to go harder. And that's kind of where I'm at with it now in my career.
And you stayed in the gym, you stayed training, you stayed ready. And you've capitalized on those opportunities when they have come. So obviously we want to know who's next. So if you had your choice for the next opponent, you've been campaigning and dominating at 130 pounds. I know that you have a title shot in mind. Who would you want next?
It don't matter. Like I said, I feel like I'm one of them guys that can adjust to anybody, any style. I feel like when them guys they try to pick a certain style and I would rather this fight. I feel like that's kind of I feel like it's a weakness. It don't matter who it is for me. I'm ready to get in there and perform and if I have to make adjustments, I love doing that. That's fun to me. To challenge myself mentally. It's fun to me. So. Either, it don't matter. I'm ready to go.
You've always been ready to take on any challenge. We know that Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson are going to be fighting on April 30th. I'm guessing that you'll be an interested observer in that fight for sure, right?
Yeah, we should. We supposed to be up there. We should be front row watching it, seeing what's going on.
And safe to say that you would want to crack at the winner of that fight in the future?
Yeah, for sure. Anything that's standing in my way to get to the ultimate goal to win the world title, then I'm willing to face, whoever, wherever, so.
In the past, I've asked you about Tank Davis, and I know that you said that you didn't feel at that time that he's not on your level. You still feel that way about Tank Davis?
No, I mean, I never taken nothing away from him. He's a talented fighter. Been knowing him. We've been knowing each other since the amateurs. So I know what he's capable of. But like I said, I like to challenge myself mentally, and I like to make them adjustments. And I like when stuff gets tough to see, where I'm at as a man, as a person. So that was what that was about. I don't feel like a lot of these guys is on my level, but I just have to prove it and show it.
Another fighter who is a weight class higher than you that I know you've mentioned before is Ryan Garcia. He had a pause from boxing due to some injuries and mental health issues. He's coming back this weekend. Would you want to take on Ryan Garcia as a future opponent, possibly?
Oh, most definitely. He was almost a past opponent before I fought the John Fernandez fight. We had him and Ryan on the table. But Ryan, they wanted us to come to 135, but we had a vision at 130, so we just took the title there. But definitely, most definitely, I don't see myself staying at 130 for forever. I see myself winning a title and trying to go undisputed and moving up for bigger fights. So most definitely.
That's definitely a good goal to have. And based on the way that you've been going in your career, there's no reason to think that you can't achieve that goal. I know a fighter that you had called out in the past was Chris Colbert. He took a loss recently. Is that still a fight that maybe someday down the line you'd still like?
It's like it gotta motivate me. I wanted him because he had a terrible mouth. How he talked and how he disrespect people. I didn't like that. He thought he was better than everybody. I didn't like that, and I feel like he got what he had coming for him. if he shake back like I did, cool. I definitely want to break him down for sure. That's a fight that I've been asking for, and but I also wanted to take the belt that he was going to fight for. Take that position in that ranking that he was going to fight for. So, yeah, most definitely, man. I'm down to fight anybody. I ain't too good to fight nobody, but I'm looking for the top guys. To push me to the next level. I feel like this is my second top 5 guy in a row, and I just want to keep climbing,
You've certainly earned those opportunities, and you've been working your way up the rankings and having these great performances on big stages, as we've been talking about. Before we wrap it up, we mentioned a lot of fighters. Any specific fighter that you'd like to call out or name as a future opponent or call out in any way?
Everybody, just stay tuned. I want everybody. The titles, the weight class. I want to show who's running it. So whoever. Let's do it. They know I'm not ducking or I've been the one chasing. So, and I'm still chasing. So that's what it is. Gutierrez, all them guys. It don't matter.
In the past, you've said you feel like the boogeyman in your division. You feel like a lot of people are avoiding you. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, I'm most definitely the boogeyman. What I'm doing is different than a lot of these guys. These guys, I feel like, is just getting a lot of stuff handed to them. I'm actually having to go beat the top guys that's ranked in the top, and consistently. And I'm doing what I'm taking them out. So I definitely feel like I'm the boogeyman for sure. Promoters and all that stuff, it plays a part in the opportunities a person gets sometimes. And I fought my way into opportunity. So I feel like I'm the boogeyman for sure.
In your ideal scenario, you just fought in March. How many more times would you like to fight in 2022 if you could ideally play it out?
It's supposed to be 3 more times. 2 more times. Oh, sorry. It should be 1 in the summer, and then we'll come back at the end of the year.
Hopefully we see you in there, and I think you being active will make you even more dangerous. Just to close it out, we talked a lot about the ups and downs that you've been through. You've turned everything around, undefeated since 2017. I'm just wondering if you have a message to people who are watching this who may be going through their own struggle. You're someone who got out of a tough situation. You've motivated yourself. You stayed active even when you didn't have fights lined up. You stayed ready. So any advice or anything that you would say to people who are going through a tough time?
I would say get you a great team. Somebody, and it don't got to be a lot of people. Get you that one person that believe in you. And you got to believe in yourself, more than anybody, anything, you got to believe in yourself and have a vision at what you're doing and just stay focused, locked in on it, no matter, the ups and downs, they're going to come. It's life, but just staying focused on the dream and actually working to go do it. It's going to get you to where you need to go. That's mostly what I did. Everything that hit me in the face, and even through this trip since 2017, a lot of stuff has hit me, but just believing in myself, not letting nothing, discourage me, no matter what it was, the lawsuit, anything, it wasn't discouraging me. Just self-belief. That's the biggest thing, self-belief. And having one person, or it could be a few person, but somebody that believe in you, is willing to push you, help you, grow.
It's well said, and you're living proof of that. So finally, to close it out, when I interviewed you after your fight on Ring City, USA, we spoke about your mom, and you said that you felt like she was proud of you. You felt her presence. You felt like she was jumping up and down up there. You mentioned your grandma as well. Now, I'm sure that you feel their presence, and that helps motivate you as you continue to go along on your career here.
Oh, yes. I talk to him every night. I pray to him, before every fight. It's they will drive me. It's what pushes me to be great. I'm in my mama house right now, and just being around my niece and nephews and my brothers and sisters. Just just what we've been through just by not having our mother there, and so I try to trying to bring us to another level, a different lifestyle, and that's what motivates me the most.
And you're certainly on your way to do that. Shockey Foster, I want to thank you so much for the time, and best of luck to you as you continue on your journey.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you having me.